So Justin Miller is not on, that's Steve Mayer there from, Air Speech.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning, hey Steve, how are you?
Good morning.
Doing good.
I think we got an easy 4 meetings here for you.
Sweet. Easy week, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We ready to go? We on?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you, everybody. We're going to start our meetings today with the IDA Audit and Finance meeting. The first we have is the approval of the April 1st, 2022 audit meeting minutes. Do I have a motion to accept the minutes?
Motion.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Who records or who does the person?
Danae does, yeah.
Very good. Okay, great. All in favor? Aye. Okay, we have, 2023 budget discussion and recommendations. Is that you?
Yes, so it's on your last page, flip it over totally, and this is not any different than what was discussed in draft form last month. So basically for 2023, we have $200,000 projected revenue for doing projects, and I think that's a realistic number for this year. The 1,500 is, why do I not remember what the 1,500 is? Revenues, those are fees, those are annual fees for outstanding pilots that are with us. And so total revenues of $201,500. The big expenditures are the professional service contracts. That $135,000 consists of $100,000 that goes to the city, which is what is in the budget again this year. I thought that was going to be a higher number, but it's still 100. So that pays for Danae's time, my time, pressure expense, a reimbursement to the city for all the stuff we do for the IDA. And then it includes Harris Beach. It includes Matt and the CFO. Thank you, CFO for hire. And I do that more and more all the time. Yes, our insurance insurances and advertising as well, which is for the announcement to the paper.
Harris Beach is the law firm?
Yes.
Okay.
And then the other number 4, other operating expenditures. So those are projects we have been doing. This year that number is high because if you remember, we have we authorized funding for the Sperry building, right? So some of that's in there. Some of the work included in there has also been work that we've done for Labella, either for the geothermal for utility work. And so that's basically what you have there is $204,000 anticipated for 2023, and for a net loss this year of $138,000, $139,000, which would leave us with a cash end of year at $600,000 at the end of next year. And then those numbers just hard to project. They just carry through, with the exception of the footnote 4 on the bottom. So I dropped that back down to. Yeah, we'll spend money, but I'm not going to.
Most of these numbers are just historical that you put on here, trending.
Pretty much, actually, and I mean, most of it's based off of 2022, what we did, and then what I know is coming in 2023, and I have no crystal ball for 2024.
I don't think anybody does.
Yeah.
Any questions from the members? No. Is this something we have to accept?
We should, yes.
Okay. Have a motion to accept? Two. Second? Second? All in favor?
Aye.
We're good. Okay. I guess we're gonna adjourn. Motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second?
Can you just ask, what's the cash at the beginning of the year? You got 600,000 at the end of the year?
Cash at the beginning of the year.
You got like 200.
Like if you look at the cash at the end of the year, the year before, 740.
Look at the wrong balance sheet. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
I'm
check it
good.
out.
Okay. All right.
And we don't report cash end of year or cash beginning of year in the budget. I just have that there for us so that we know.
Well, I'm just saying that supports the loss that you're reporting. That's why I'm asking about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's no local development corporation. It's the IEA.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay. We have a motion. We have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Adjourn. Now we're going into the IDA monthly meeting. Do we need to adjourn in between the two, or
Yeah, we adjourned.
you do? But do
Yeah.
we have to, do you have to do it in segments like that? I mean,
It's
It was IDA, you
special
should be
meeting,
able
yeah,
to
but it's a budget and finance meeting, it's not the meeting of the general board.
okay, we have the approval of meeting minutes from September 16th. Do I have a motion to accept the meeting minutes?
Just a comment on that.
Yeah.
The 155 Riverfront project, I am listed as present, but I had recused myself from that conversation. And in the votes, I'm listed as aye, but I think I should be as abstained or absent
Yes.
on both of those.
Yeah.
Good catch.
Otherwise, yes, fine.
So it would be a motion to approve the minutes as amended for
Well,
155
You have
River
the
Street.
motion amendment, don't you?
Yeah.
Technically,
Okay.
Sure.
I mean, I don't want to break any rules here. We are live.
Yeah,
Have a motion to accept the amendment to, change Jeff to abstain.
Motion.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
aye.
Approved. Okay, now, any other questions on the minutes? Motion to accept the minutes?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Second, Jeff, okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we'll do that. Executive Director's report, Steve?
Okay, there's not a lot here right now. Next month, so we still have 155 River Street that, if you remember, we did the initial resolution, but we're still waiting for information for them to come back on the pilot. King's Landing is coming in with a new revised amendment now that they've got through Planning Commission. So that will be 2 months starting next month as well. The Sperry project we did, we authorized an expenditure, we created a project for the Sperry building. I did end up paying the fee for the application to Empire State Development for the grant, which was for $3 million towards demolition of the Sperry building, and that was, $1,000 or $2,000. I think it was $1,000, so we paid that. Other than that, and there is a geothermal conference, which I don't have the name of, but it's in New York City on December 6th. It's $200. So Dylan's going to go to that. I may go to that. So it would be for the $200 per person plus any travel on it. But it's not an overnight. It's down and back. And that is it for the executive director's report.
Any questions for the members on the executive report? Do we have to accept your report? The 2023 budget is up.
Probably just
Is that
a motion
mo-
to approve,
mo-
adopt the
motion to-
budget as recommended by the Audit and Finance Committee.
a motion to adopt the budget as go forward?
So moved.
Two, second,
Second.
second. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Good. Okay, North Central project, CT Mail, phase 1.
Okay, I discussed a project in executive session with you last month on a project we're working on in North Central. We still don't have an agreement there, but we did an RFP for services for phase 1, and we got two responses back. One did not respond. CT Mail was the low bid, with $2,000. Again, phase 1's the cheap one. It's gonna say we have to do a phase 2. So there's a resolution in your packet that basically talks to that project, and then basically what I'm looking here now on authority, this is on page 2 of 5, the last whereas, $2,000 with a contingency, should be a contingency of $1,000 if additional studies are needed. And then we probably just move right into the phase 2 from there, and that's gonna require, I'm gonna have to come back with that next.
So, can you explain to me why you just don't get a phase 2?
Well, you have to do the phase 1 work anyways. You have to do, that's a literature search, basically, you're looking at.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
because the phase 2 goes over all.
Well, the phase 2 looks at that and then
Yeah.
goes on with it.
I mean,
That's what I tried to say, is let's just do a
They'll
phase
do all the
2.
research anyway for the phase.
I argued that with Andrew Kreshik, who's my expert on all that, said, why don't we just do the phase 2,
Yeah.
do the bid, and he says, well, you really have to do the phase 1 first, it gives you everything, and then based on that, then they look at it all and say, we're probably gonna have to do 27 core samples you know, that gives them an idea where to go from there.
Based on historical
But
data, they said it.
If you order the phase two, it would include everything for phase one, right?
Well, I mean, technically, a phase one is the study and a phase two
Yeah,
is
I mean-
on-site, legs on.
Do you have to go through this whole bidding process again for phase two?
No,
Oh,
I think we
okay,
can just
alright.
go, I think we can just award it to them based on, they've got the information, they've got all the studies, so it would just be a single source
Okay.
contract
alright.
then. So if you wanna approve me moving forward with it, I have no idea if it's gonna be, I mean, if it's more than $50,000, I'll come back to you and say it's gonna be more than $50,000, and, cause they're not gonna get to that point before next month's meeting.
How big a property is it?
It's not a lot, it's under a half an acre.
But you said you've had a phase two done on it before. Right.
We've had a phase, no, we've, the property adjacent to it,
Had a phase.
we've done the phase two on.
Oh, okay.
Was it part of the same,
It's contiguous.
was it part of the same, at one point, were those two pieces of property part of the same? And that was all Cox's property?
Is the expectation you mentioned that's probably not gonna be, phase one's not gonna be done before the next meeting?
The phase one hopefully will be done before the next meeting,
Okay.
but I'm not sure. But yeah, so
Definitely.
But you're pretty
phase two.
certain.
we know we need a phase two.
Yeah,
You know,
okay.
you
You're pretty certain still that something.
We know we
will
need a
happen,
phase
yeah,
two.
okay.
You know, Jack, you know, you need a phase two. And any cans, John Barry, you ought to look inside of them.
Oh, man.
Okay, so it's like a motion to move forward, may as well be with the phase one and the phase two with, CC mail.
Do I have a motion on the floor?
So why did you say phase two?
Well, the phase, I've got kind of an estimate in there, up to 50,000 for the phase two.
Oh, okay, okay.
So, up to,
That's it?
approve the
you said
phase
you'd come
one and
back
up to
or revise.
50,000
Okay.
for the phase two.
Okay. I'll make a motion.
Okay, motion, second? Second, we have a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Accepted.
Item 5, I already spoke to. The application is in, so we're on financials item.
Okay, financials.
Statement of financials. As of September 30th, our total assets are $1,307,908.27. $915,601.12 in cash. $154,620.92 in liabilities. Our fund balance is $1,282.36. Other government liability, account receivable, accounts, both of which are related to the pilots that are being built out.
What's the deal with Dinosaur? Weren't they on this list last year?
Yeah, so they are one of our frequent, hires that are usually paid. The amount on the account receivable for that late fee,
Yeah. It took them a while to pay the late fee last time.
actually, that's their pilot, they got billed another late fee, and they're gonna,
So we do have a penalty for that.
yeah,
We do.
late,
Must not be high enough.
5% up, and it goes down to 1% after that.
Okay, motion to accept the financials. Any questions first, I should, any questions from the board? Motion to accept the financials.
I like the motion.
Over, second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Approved. Any nays? The next section, I know you're all positive. Okay. So, call for a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Let's go on. Go on to the CRC. We're gonna do the, approval of minutes from April. We'll open up the CRC meeting. On the minutes, any questions on the minutes? Last meeting? Motion to accept?
Motion.
Motion, second?
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, moving on. 2023 budget discussion and recommendations.
Okay, on your last page of this packet, again, this budget has not changed at all. What? What is this package you just had? Over.
I'll figure it out. Keep talking.
Okay, so nothing's changed since, I presented this last month. There is nothing on the horizon for revenue for the CRC this year. I don't have anything with RPI, Sage, the Art Center, knows where we get our funding from. The only thing in there is the $3,000, which is, the fees associated with, the annual reporting fees or whatever that they're required to pass for deals that are out there, which at this point is RPI. So for a total revenue of $3,123, for expenditures, grants and donations, I put in $50,000 for that. Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped over professional service contracts. That is CFO, legal, and audit. So that's $19,000. That is, I think, and then $50,000. I just kind of earmarked $50,000 for grants. We typically do that each year, some amount, for a total expenditures of $69,000, which would put us in a cash position of $373,000 at the end of the year.
Any questions from the members? Motion to accept? Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor? We're off to number 4. Now do the CRC director meeting, October 28th. First on the agenda is approval of the minutes from September 16th. Any questions on the motion to accept? Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right. Executive Director's report.
I have no report.
Nothing.
Nothing's changed. Except that the fund, mentioned that the funding we did to design the First Avenue Trail, they have been putting the pedestrian crosswalks in at the intersections and doing sidewalks as needed in anticipation of creating the trail next year. It's out of our hands. We're not funding anything at this point, but it is moving forward.
Will we see any type of, I know we had some original renderings. Has anything changed from the original renderings that we saw?
Not
Is it
Not
just
usually, no, minor changes. We've got, Standard Manufacturing doing some of the work at 120th Street for us,
Yeah.
as part of their project. So, real changes.
How about the bump outs off of First Ave going towards the river? We were gonna do something to open those up, where it's something we use them as yards, but going towards the river, off,
Yeah.
the water lobby.
We've done some sidewalks across some of them. We haven't really. I was kind of hoping that some of the ARP funding or the other funding for the parks might be able to just outline with fencing some of those areas. But at this point, no. Mostly getting the trail going. And we'll have to take that to the next level quickly.
All right. Any other questions? 2023 budget adoption as recommended by Audit and Finance. Do we have questions on the budget? Motion to accept?
Motion.
Second? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Accepted. Okay. Off the financials.
Board statement of financial position. As of 30th, total assets of $433,918.67. We have no liabilities, so our fund balance is $433,918. No significant change in statement of financial. Our final report is the statement of activity. We have a deficit of $170.72. Most significant source of revenue are the admin fees from RPI, and the largest expense is for the Riverwalk CFA.
Any questions? Motion to accept?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any nays? All right. Wonderful time. Motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, aye. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Enjoyed our time together today.
So it's a bad step. I hope it was
Take care, everyone.